All right. All right, Christian.
Thank you. You may be seated. Good morning. This is the time set for the 5 a.m. calendar on July 24th, 2025. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar this month shall apply to all matters on this calendar. I'll call you each one at a time to the podium, and I'll provide a second name to sit in the chair outside of this room. I will let you know what you were here for, if I have appointed counsel, if you have a bond, and what your release conditions are. If we could start with Armando to the podium and Jonathan White to the chair.
Yes.
Good morning, sir. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. It's Armando Gastelum,
And your date of birth.
July 20th, 1998.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a warrant from the Santa Cruz County Superior Court. It does look like it is a probation violation. Well, let me double check this. Yes, it's a probation violation warrant that was issued for you on July 20th, 2025. So I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you, and you're going to have a hearing on July 29th at 8:30 that will take place in the Santa Cruz County Superior Court. They have indicated that they will extradite you to their hearing, and they are holding you non-bondable on this matter. So you will remain in custody until after your hearing there.
Okay.
All of that will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
Yes, how much does it take for them to come for me?
I'm not sure how long it takes for them to come. We will let them know that we have you in custody and that you've already been seen by a judge and you're ready to be picked up.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, just step to your left. They'll give you that paperwork. Jonathan White to the podium and Adrian to the chair. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Jonathan Alonzo White, September 28, 2001.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a new case. It is for 1 count of aggravated assault, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of criminal damage, a Class 4 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference July 30th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing August 1st at 8:30. Those are both in the downtown Superior Courthouse. You have a secured appearance bond of $50,000. In the event you post that bond, you'll have written conditions of release. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime. You may not have any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. You may not possess any weapons, and you must obey the terms of any order of protection or order against harassment that may be issued against you. If you currently live at the same location as the alleged victim, you will have to find an alternative residence. You can contact law enforcement for 1 civil standby to collect any personal belongings. All of that will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
Yeah, what is the preliminary hearing? Is that like a trial or?
No, so you'll just have your initial status conference and your attorney will go over everything with you, but that's just the beginning stages. That's not the trial.
Okay.
Anything further, sir?
Nothing else.
Okay, if you can step to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork. Adrian to the podium and Mark Newman to the chair. Good morning, sir. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Adrian Summer with March 11, 1990.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a new case. It is for 1 count of narcotic drug possession for sale, a Class 2 felony, 1 count of theft control of property, a Class 3 felony, 1 count of narcotic drug possession for use, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of burglary tool possession, a Class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You are going to have a hearing on July 30th at 8:30 and August 1st at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Courthouse. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $15,000. In the event that bond is posted, you have written condition of release. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. All of this information will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No, that's it.
Okay, just step to your left, sir. They'll give you that paperwork. If I can have Mark to the podium and Aaron to the chair. Good evening, sir. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Mark Newman, 12/8/1990.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a probation violation warrant that was issued with allegations you violated terms 2, 4, and 15 of your probation. I'm going to appoint an attorney and set a probation revocation hearing July 30th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $10,000. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. It does include not possessing any weapons or alcohol and contacting your probation officer within 24 hours of release. All of that will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
That is good information.
Okay, thank you, sir. Just up to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork. Aaron to the podium and Dave to the chair.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Aaron Milton Pachima, 51096.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a new case. It is for 1 count of aggravated assault on a first responder, a Class 5 felony, and 1 count of resisting arrest, a Class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You will have a hearing on July 30th at 8:30 and August 1st at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Courthouse.
Yes, ma'am.
You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $5,000. In the event that bond is posted, you do have written conditions of release. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. All of that will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
So I'm not getting OR'd? No?
Not today, sir.
Okay, yes, ma'am. That's
Anything
all.
further?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so step to your left, officer will give you that paperwork. Dave Anderson to the podium and Jose Leon to the chair. You can stay in that if you need to.
Yeah, that's cool.
Good morning, sir. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Dave Edward Anderson,
And your date of birth?
10/22/76.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a failure to appear bench warrant that was issued for you for a pending DUI charge. I'm going to affirm the attorney previously appointed to represent you and set a status conference July 29th at 8:30 in the downtown Superior Courthouse. I am affirming the secured appearance bond of $2,500. In the event you post that, you will be released to pretrial services and you will have to complete drug testing and monitoring. You also have written conditions of release. You're not to possess any weapons or alcohol, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. You'll also need to ensure you attend this hearing. If you fail to appear at this hearing, another warrant will issue and you'll forfeit any bond you've posted. All of that will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
Not really, I
Okay.
guess. I don't know. I was supposed to go to the hospital on the 29th for my leg, my surgery on my leg, and now it's gonna be all put off now until I get out. You know, it's like I can barely walk. You know, and it's like if I don't go to this, it's not gonna be taken care of. You know.
So your hearing
What it is I was on my way to court, okay, and I called in and I said I'm on my way, and they said, well, we already issued a bench warrant, you know. I was like a half hour late and they issued a bench warrant like that. So come on, man, I was going to court, I went to every court date, except that one because I woke up late, I was getting my kids dressed and I was on my way. But, you know, can you give me a chance, you know, it's like, you can see I've been at every court date on this charge right here. You know, I wasn't running from nothing, I was just, I was waiting to get my kids dressed and get into the babysitter so I'd go to court. You know, I'm not because she hasn't been every court date. You know, I need to get my legs taken care of. But if you can't, that's cool, I'm not hitting on it, but I'm just saying.
So it looks like you were in custody in March of 2025.
Yep.
And they gave you a hearing. They reset that hearing based on your request.
Yeah, because I was doing my doctors for the legs.
And then you were in custody again on May 5th, and they gave you a hearing for June 24th. You failed to appear at that one, and the warrant issued.
Yeah.
So it looks like the only hearings you've been to are when you've been in custody.
Yeah, well, the one I was out of custody, I was out of custody once, and that's all. And only reason why is my lawyer postponed that court date. So, you know, I didn't postpone it. I called him and he said, well, we're going to postpone it to another date because I was switching lawyers and stuff. So I'm not running from nothing. You can tell I'm not running from it. I went to court. You know, I just need to get my legs taken care of.
So your hearing is going to be on July 29th at 8:30. So if you have a doctor's appointment that day.
That's my situation right there.
So you're going to have a hearing that you have to attend that day at 8:30 in the morning. The phone number to your attorney should be in your paperwork if you want to contact your attorney.
Yeah.
But the judge in your case has set a bond of $2,500.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. The officers will give you your paperwork, sir.
Yeah.
Jose Leon to the podium and Tricia Ford to the chair. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Good morning, my name is Jose Leon Merino.
And your date of birth, sir.
08/17/1987.
Thank you. It does look like you are here on a failure to appear bench warrant that was issued for you for some pending drug charges. I'm going to affirm the attorney that was previously appointed to represent you, and you're going to have a status conference July 30th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $1,000. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You are not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. You also need to ensure you attend this hearing. If you fail to appear at this hearing, another warrant will issue for your arrest, and you'll forfeit any bond that you have posted. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Yes, Honor. When can I go home? Do you know?
When you post your bond of $1,000, if you don't post the bond of $1,000, then you'll remain in custody until at least your next hearing on July 30th.
And if after that, then what happened?
If you do what?
Like you were saying, yeah. I thought like saying, what were you saying? Like saying $1,000?
If you post your bond of $1,000, you will be released from custody, and then you need to ensure you get yourself to that hearing on July 30th. But if you don't post your bond, then you'll remain in custody and you'll be transported to your hearing on July 30th, and you'll meet with your attorney at that time.
What was I trying to say? If I was still in jail, if I don't pay it?
If you don't pay your bond, you'll remain in custody until at least your next hearing, which is in 6 days.
Oh, okay.
Okay? If you'll step to your left, sir, they'll give you that paperwork. Tricia Ford to the podium, Jennifer McCabe Wilson to the chair.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Tricia Ford, August 27, 1995.
Thank you, ma'am. You are here on a grand jury warrant that was issued. It has an offense date of June 27th, 2023 for one count of aggravated assault, a Class 5 felony. I am appointing an attorney to represent you and setting an arraignment hearing July 31st at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $800. In the event you post that bond, you have written conditions of release. You are not to initiate any contact with the alleged victim, complainant, or witness. All of this information will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Yes, I was hoping if I can get released on my own recognizance, being that this has been a couple years from now, and I can come back for a court date. I didn't even know I had a warrant, and I'm like my son. I'm the sole guardian for him, and right now DCS got custody of him. but I'm trying to figure everything with that out. So I was wondering if I can get released on my own recognizance today, please.
So this warrant was issued on April 1st, 2025. This is a grand jury warrant, and what that means is all the information is sealed. I do not have access to anything other than what the charge is. The judge who heard this case was just a couple of months ago. They believed that it was appropriate to have an $800 bond, so I am going to affirm that bond.
Is that like the full amount I'll have to pay, or a portion of that, or?
It's a secured bond, meaning you can use a bail bonding company. If you go through a bail bonding company, it's typically 10% plus collateral.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, just up to your left, the officer will give you that paperwork. Jennifer McCabe Wilson to the podium and Christopher Middle to the chair. Good morning, can I get your name and date of birth?
Good morning, my name is Jennifer McCabe Wilson, 5/15/82.
Thank you, ma'am. You are here on a grand jury warrant. It is for an offense date of December 5th, 2023 for one count of aggravated assault, a class 4 felony. I am appointing an attorney to represent you and setting an arraignment hearing July 31st at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. In the event that bond is posted, you have written conditions of release. You may not return to the scene of the alleged crime. You may not initiate any contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. All of that information will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Yeah, I do. When I got the paperwork for that, they said it was dismissed. Just kind of curious on how it ended up being a grand jury when I had no notification of that.
So you may have been picked up on this charge before and they chose not to move forward. However, this year they did take it before a grand jury and they did indict you on this. A warrant was issued March 13th, 2025. Grand jury warrants are sealed, so I don't have any information beyond that and the date and offense that you were charged with.
Okay. And that's something my public defender will go over with me, correct?
Yes, so once your next hearing takes place, which is July 31st, it will be unsealed and they will be able to give you more access to the information related to this case.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, if you'll step to your left, they'll give you that paperwork. Christopher to the podium and Tracy Swift to the chair. Good morning, can I get your name and date of birth?
Christopher Middle, 2/21/92.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on 2 failure to appear warrants. I will affirm the attorney previously appointed to represent you in each of these cases and set a probation revocation hearing July 30th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond of $250 in each case for a total of $500. In the event that bond is posted, you have written conditions of release. You're not to possess any weapons or alcohol. You must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release, and you also need to ensure you attend this hearing. If you fail to appear, another warrant will issue and you'll forfeit any bond that you may have posted. All of that will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions? Okay, if you step to your left, they'll give you that paperwork. Tracy to the podium and Holly to the chair. Good morning, can I get your name and date of birth?
Tracy Swift, 3/15/82.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you are here on a failure to appear bench warrant for a pending drug charge. I will affirm the attorney previously appointed to represent you and set a status conference July 30th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing August 1st at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. In the event that bond is posted, you do have written conditions of release. You are not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. You'll also need to ensure you attend these hearings. If you fail to appear at either of them, a warrant will issue for your arrest and you'll forfeit any bond that you may have posted. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, if you step to your left, ma'am, they'll give you that paperwork. Holly to the podium, Travion Wright to the chair. Yes. Good morning, ma'am. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Yes, it's Holly Olette. It's May 25th, 1986.
Thank you. You are here on a new case. It does include 1 count of disorderly conduct, a class 1 misdemeanor, and 1 count of criminal damage, a class 2 misdemeanor. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have an arraignment hearing July 29th at 8:30 in the Santan Justice Court. You do have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. In the event that bond is posted, you will have written conditions of release. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. You may not possess weapons, and you must obey the terms of any order of protection or order against harassment. If you reside at the same location as the alleged victim, you will have to find an alternative residence. You may contact law enforcement for 1 civil standby to collect any personal belongings. I do believe you have a child in common with the defendant, is that correct? Or, excuse me, with the alleged victim. This is not a parenting time order, so you can contact the alleged victim only by email or text and only regarding issues directly related to your children.
Okay, so just to clarify, I can still contact my husband, who is the victim, as long as I'm like, hey, can we exchange our child?
Correct, and you need to do that through email or text messaging.
Okay.
And only contact the alleged victim for purposes of parenting time issues.
Okay, and not at the scene of the crime? Does it have to be somewhere else? Or can it still be at the residence where the child resides? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I understand what you're saying. So you're not to return to the scene of the crime,
Okay.
so I would recommend
Okay.
having a meeting location that is somewhere neutral.
Okay, and then one more question, I apologize. Is it in the paperwork that says how long the no contact is?
So it
or-
will remain until the court changes it. You will have an attorney and meet with that
Okay.
attorney at your next hearing on July 29th. So if
Okay.
at that time you believe it's appropriate to modify that, you can talk to your attorney and they can make the appropriate motion to the
Okay.
court.
Okay.
Okay,
Got
and
it.
that will take place in the Santan Justice Court. So pay attention to the date, time, and location listed in your
Okay.
paperwork, okay?
Okay, thank you.
If you'll step to your left, they'll give you that paperwork. Travion Wright to the podium and Joshua Diaz to the chair.
Hi,
Good morning, can I get your name and date of birth?
Travion Wright, 4904.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a probation violation. Oh, excuse me, it's actually a failure to appear warrant that was issued related to a probation violation. I'm going to affirm the attorney previously appointed to represent you and set a probation revocation hearing July 30th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $250. In the event that bond is posted, you do have written conditions of release. You may not possess any weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. You also need to ensure you attend this hearing. If you fail to appear, another warrant will issue for your arrest, and you'll forfeit any bond you've posted. All of that will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
Yes, ma'am. I was wondering, if, I could be reinstated because, the reason why I missed my court date was because I was just recently in detox. I admitted myself and I, successfully discharged from, vogue recovery just yesterday morning. And that's I was there for my court date, and that's the reason why I missed it. Like, genuine. And before I admitted myself into recovery, I actually left here in the ambulance, and I was admitted into the hospital. So I left the hospital and then went to recovery.
So the time to discuss whether or not your probation will be reinstated is at your probation revocation hearing. At this time, I'm not revoking it, but the hearing is not set until July 30th to determine at that time whether or not the court is going to reinstate you. So talk to your attorney about anything that you believe is appropriate as to why that should be reinstated, and they can present that to the court at your next hearing on July 30th, okay? All right, if you'll step to your left, sir, they'll give you that paperwork. Joshua Diaz to the podium and Ricky Williford to the chair. Good morning, can I get your name and date of birth?
Yeah, Joshua Diaz, 4/20/81.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a probation violation warrant with allegations you violated terms 3 and 5 of your probation. I'm appointing an attorney and setting a probation revocation hearing July 30th at 8:30. You have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100. In the event that bond is posted, you have written conditions of release. You're not to possess any weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of this information will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
$100 only?
That's what the bond was set at when the warrant issued, yes.
Okay. No, that's it.
Okay, if you'll step to your left, sir, they'll give you that paperwork. Ricky Williford to the podium. Abdel Nesser to the chair.
How many names you guys? What other names you have, ma'am?
I'm sorry?
You have more names, ma'am?
I have Ricky Williford. Oh, Robert Aguayo is the booking name. Good morning, sir. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Robert Wow, 3T85.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a direct complaint that was filed. It has an offense date of October 26, 2023. It's for 1 count of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. I'm appointing an attorney and setting a hearing July 30th and August 1st, both at 8:30 in the morning in the downtown Superior Courthouse. You do have a secured appearance bond of $100. In the event that bond is posted, you do have written conditions of release. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription. You may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
I'm always in the hospital, so, never mind.
All right. If you go to the left, they'll give you your paperwork, sir.
All right. So,
And can I have Bo to the chair? Good morning, sir. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Abdel Nasser, January 24th, 2001.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a new case. It is for 1 count of criminal trespass, a Class 5 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference August 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing August 11th at 8:30. Those are both in the downtown Superior Courthouse. I am releasing you to the supervision of pretrial services. You will be equipped with electronic monitoring. You will also receive an envelope with your paperwork, and you will need to read those instructions and contact them once you're released. You have written conditions of release as well. You're not to return to the scene of the alleged crime, no contact with any alleged victim, complainant, or witness. All of that will be in your paperwork, sir. Did you have any questions?
the airport, I can't go back to the airport?
Not at this time, sir.
Okay.
Anything further?
I have to pick up my car eventually from the airport.
It may be towed. I don't know if
The
it...
parking, airport parking.
Yeah, I understand. I don't know how long they will let it be there. Otherwise, you may need to make arrangements for someone else to pick up your vehicle.
I see. And then what's the 2 hearings that I have to attend to?
August 7th and August 11th, they will be in your paperwork we're about to give you in a minute, so you don't have to remember them. Date, time, and location will be listed in there. You'll meet with your attorney at that first hearing on August 7th.
All right, thank you.
Anything further?
That'll be all.
Okay. I'm sorry?
That'll be all. Thank you.
Okay, if you step to the left, they'll give you that paperwork. Bo Altamirano to the podium and Victor Flores to the chair. Good morning, sir. Could I get your name and date of birth?
Bo Frederick Altamirano, 2/19/99.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on 2 warrants. The first one is from Arrowhead Justice Court. It is a warrant that issued November 18th, 2022 for an offense date of May 26, 2022 for 1 count of disorderly conduct and 1 count of criminal damage, both Class 1 misdemeanors. In this case, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel due to the nature of your charge. You will have an arraignment hearing August 12th at 2 p.m. in the Arrowhead Justice Court. We have a second case on the calendar. It's from the Youngtown Municipal Court. And this is a probation violation warrant that issued November 15th, 2023. Again, it's a probation violation. Due to the nature of your charges in this case as well, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel, but you will have an arraignment hearing August 7th at 9 a.m. in the Youngtown Municipal Court. Date, times, and locations will be in your paperwork. You will have 2 different locations you need to attend. I do intend to release you on your own recognizance. That is your promise to appear at those hearings. Do you promise to appear at both of these hearings, sir?
Promise to appear at any hearing, yes.
Thank you. You will have written conditions of release. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. Again, you'll need to attend both of these hearings. If you miss either of these hearings, a warrant will issue for your arrest, and you'll likely be held on bond at your next hearing. Did you have any questions?
Yes, because on Saturday, that's when I got released from DOC. So I came down here to figure it out, and then they just arrested me.
So you were recently in the Department of Corrections?
On Saturday, yeah.
How long were you in custody?
3.5 years.
So you were probably in custody when these warrants issued?
Yeah.
In 2022?
I checked, and then they said, just come down to the court, nothing's a big deal, and then I'm getting cuffed up.
Did you go to the city, like the Justice Court?
Went to 201 West Jefferson Street. Downtown. Yeah.
That's not where either of your hearing is going to be at.
Okay.
So just pay close attention to where these hearings are at. They're both in your paperwork. It's not that location, though.
All right.
I am releasing you, so just make sure you go so you don't get any additional warrants, okay?
I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, sir. Just
Thank
to
you.
your left, they'll give you that paperwork. Victor Flores to the podium and Christian Standard to the chair. Good morning, can I get your name and date of birth?
Victor Flores, 1201-87.
Thank you. It does look like you are here on a warrant from the West Mesa Justice Court. It does relate to an offense date of August 25th, 2020 for one count of driving with a license that was suspended, revoked, or canceled and failing to appear at a hearing, and as a result, this warrant issued October 13th, 2020. Due to the nature of your charges, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel. You're going to have an arraignment hearing August 12th at 8:30 in the West Mesa Justice Court. I am releasing you today on your own recognizance. It is your promise to appear at that hearing. You will have written conditions of release. You are not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. You also need to ensure you attend this hearing. If you fail to appear at another hearing, a warrant will issue and you'll likely be held on bond at your next hearing. Did you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, just up to your left side, they'll give you that paperwork.
Thank you.
Christian to the podium. Ms. Nevarez to the chair. Good morning, can I get your name and date of birth?
Christian Standard, 0402-1997.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a new case. It is for one count of dangerous drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and one count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You'll have a status conference August 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing August 11th at 8:30, both in the downtown Superior Courthouse. I'm releasing you on your own recognizance. That is your promise to appear. However, you are on probation, so it is subject to the supervision of the adult probation department.
Okay.
You are not to possess any weapons or alcohol, and you must contact your probation officer within 72 hours of release. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Am I, so being released, can I be released to detox?
So I'm releasing you on your own recognizance, and you can check yourself into
Okay,
detox
cool,
if you choose to do that. However, you still have to attend that hearing on August 7th. At 8:30, and it's your responsibility to get yourself to that hearing. If you fail to appear, a warrant will issue.
Today's the 24th?
Today's the 24th, yes.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. If you step to your left, they'll give you that paperwork. Ms. Nevarez to the podium, and Mr. Pettis, Jacob Pettis to the chair. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Jimena Nevarez, March 1st, 2005.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you are here on a new case. It is for 2 counts of DUI. One is 1 count of DUI with a BAC of .08 or more. They're both misdemeanor charges. I am finding probable cause and appointing an attorney to represent you. You're going to have an arraignment hearing August 13th at 11 a.m. in the Maryville Justice Court. I am going to release you today on your own recognizance. That is your promise to appear at that hearing. You do have written conditions of release. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription. You may not possess or consume any alcohol, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. You also need to ensure you attend this hearing. If you fail to appear, a warrant will issue for your arrest, and you'll be held on bond at your next hearing. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, just step to your left. They'll give you that paperwork. Jacob to the podium. Shanna Lee Gray to the chair. Good morning. Can I get your name and date of birth?
Jacob Pettis, August 11th, 93.
Thank you, sir. It does look like you are here on a justice court warrant. It does relate to failing to comply or failing to pay some fees from a DUI in 2021. Due to the nature of your charge, you're not entitled to court-appointed counsel. However, you will have an arraignment hearing August 12th at 8:30. That will take place in the West Mesa Justice Court. I'm releasing you today on your own recognizance. That is your promise to appear at that hearing. You do have written conditions of release. You are not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. You'll also need to ensure you attend this hearing. If you fail to appear, a warrant will issue for your arrest, and you'll likely be held on bond at your next hearing. All of that will be in your paperwork. Did you have any questions?
Yes, I'm not sure who to ask about this, but I have another warrant in Pinal County, and there was some question of whether they'd want to come get me from here, or what was going to happen with that.
So I don't have any notes about that. However, the officers may know whether or not Pinal intends to pick you up for any active warrant. So when you get to the back to processing, you could ask them to check for that.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Gray to the podium, and Ms. Padilla to the chair. morning, can I get your name and date of birth?
January 08/05, 1990.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you are here on a new case for 1 count of narcotic drug possession, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia possession, a Class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You will have a status conference August 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing August 11th at 8:30. I'm releasing you today on your own recognizance. That is your promise to appear at those hearings. You will have written conditions of release. It will include not possessing any drugs without a valid prescription, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. All of that will be in your paperwork, ma'am. Did you have any questions?
I have a Tempe court meeting August 7th. Is there a way that this one can be like August 6th or August 8th? So I don't have the Tempe one and then this one the same day and the same time?
So I can't change the hearing date today. You can contact the court and ask either the Tempe court or this court and ask them to change it, but today I cannot change that.
Okay. Oh, do I just do that through like filing like a motion or something?
Yeah, sometimes you can contact the if it's a municipal court like Tempe Justice Court, sometimes you can contact them and they will change it without a motion. Otherwise, they may require a motion to be filed, and you can choose which case you believe is appropriate to do that in.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, if you step to your left, they'll give you that paperwork. Ms. Padilla to the podium, Ivan Lopez to the chair. Good morning, can I get your name and date of birth?
Yes, Melissa Padilla, date of birth is December 10th, 2004.
Thank you, ma'am. It does look like you are here on a new case. It is for 1 count of child abuse, a Class 2 felony, and 1 count of endangerment, a Class 6 felony. Probable cause has been found, and I'm appointing an attorney to represent you. You'll have a status conference August 7th at 8:30 and a preliminary hearing August 11th at 8:30. I'm releasing you to the supervision of pretrial services. You have written conditions of release. You're not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription, and you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. You're also going to get an envelope with your paperwork. You need to read those instructions and contact pretrial services once you've been released. You will also need to ensure you attend these hearings. If you fail to appear, a warrant will issue for your arrest, and you'll be held on bond at your next hearing. Did you have any questions?
No.
Okay, so step to your left, they'll give you that paperwork.
Thank you.
Mr. Lopez to the podium. Good morning, sir. Did you need a Spanish interpreter?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 moment.
Okay.
Record.
Good morning. Do I have a Spanish interpreter on the line?
Yes, good morning, here.
Are you ready to proceed, ma'am?
Yes.
All right. Good morning, sir. Could I please get your name and date of birth?
Buenos días, señor. ¿Me puede dar su nombre y su fecha de nacimiento?
Iván, 19 de octubre de 96.
Repita su apellido.
Iván López.
Iván Nortes, October 19th, 1996.
López.
Lopez.
Just to clarify your name, Iván Lopez.
Para clarificar su nombre, Iván López.
Sí.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. You are here today on a grand jury warrant.
Gracias, señor. Hoy está el día de hoy en cuanto a un jurado de maestría, una orden de autorización judicial.
It is for an offense date of April 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2025.
Es para las fechas de ofensas del 1 de abril del 2025 al 30 de junio del 2025.
For 1 count of conspiracy, a Class 2 felony.
Para una cuenta de felonía de segundo grado.
1 count of illegally conducting an enterprise, a Class 3 felony.
Y de tener una compañía clase 3 felonía.
1 count of money laundering, a Class 3 felony.
Y una cuenta de lavado de dinero, felonía clase 3.
I am appointing an attorney to represent you.
Voy a estar apuntando un abogado para que pueda representarlo.
You will have an arraignment hearing July 31st at 8:30.
Usted va a tener una audiencia, una comparecencia el día 30 de julio a las 8:30.
You have a cash bond of $25,000.
Tiene una fianza en efectivo de $25,000.
In the event that bond is posted, you have written conditions of release.
En el evento que esa fianza se publique, tiene requisitos para poder ser liberado bajo fianza.
You are not to possess any drugs without a valid prescription.
No puede tener ninguna droga sin tener una receta lícita.
And you may not drive a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license.
Y no puede conducir un vehículo sin tener una licencia válida.
You will need to ensure you attend the hearing.
Tendrá que asegurarse de atender a la audiencia.
If you fail to appear, a warrant will issue and you'll forfeit the bond you posted.
Si usted no compadece a su audiencia, se tomará acción legal y la fianza que usted dio, entonces no se va a enforzar.
Did you have any questions, sir?
¿Tiene usted alguna pregunta, señor?
No.
No.
If you step to your left, sir, they'll give you that paperwork.
Si pasa a su mano izquierda, le van a dar el papeleo.
That does conclude all of our Spanish interpreter matters this morning. I do appreciate your assistance, and feel free to disconnect at your convenience.
You're welcome, and thank you for using our services.
Officer, do you know why we do not have Craig Jett in here this morning?
That is because he can't be with the rest of the population.
Okay.
That's it.
Case number 9 and 11, Craig Jett, August 17th, 1988, will proceed as a house call. We are here on 2 probation violations. They are term 1 violations. I am finding probable cause, appointing an attorney, and setting a probation revocation hearing July 30th at 8:30. He does have a secured appearance bond of $250 in each case for a total of $500. In the event that bond is posted, he will have written conditions of release. It will include not possessing any weapons or alcohol, and he must contact his probation officer within 72 hours of release. If anything changes after I meet with him, I will update the written record. That does conclude our 5 a.m. calendar, and we will now stand in recess until 8 a.m.
Tôi chỉ định luật sư là sẽ đại diện cho quý vị.
Yeah.
You have an arraignment set on July 31st at 8:30 a.m.
Và vào ngày 31 tháng 7 lúc 8 giờ 30 sáng.
I am I'm setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $15,000.
Và tôi quy định là quý vị sẽ có cái số tiền, cái bond sẽ là với cái số tiền là 15.000.
If you go to your left, you'll get your paperwork.
Yes, thank you, Honor.
You're welcome. And thank you, interpreter. I really appreciate your help.
You're welcome, Your Honor. Are there anything else that may assist you with, Your Honor?
No, there's only one other person I know. They do not speak your language.
Well, thank you for using our service. You have a great day. Goodbye, Your Honor.
You too. Okay, so. Mr. Williams?
They have to get.
Yeah, obviously I know, but just thought you might want to come to it. But I don't know if you had a chance to talk to him?
I did, yes.
Okay, good. I thought, then yes, like otherwise then we wasted a whole lot of time. Oh. And then everybody absolutely is gone, right? Yes. Just making sure. Okay. And may we, first, please have your name for the attorney to announce, please.
Leah Dodd with DM Cantor on behalf of Mr. Christopher Williams, who is standing at the podium beside me.
Am I saying that you've entered a limited notice of appearance, correct?
No, we filed a full notice of appearance.
Oh, you filed a full
case,
one?
yes.
Okay, hold on. Let me make sure that we have, that you are representing him. Oh, we have a county attorney as well?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Can you please also announce? I did not know we had one.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sam Hart is appearing on behalf of the state, and I believe the victim's mother is appearing virtually as well. She will just be observing this morning, though.
Oh, okay. Well, since she was not a victim, though, correct?
She's the victim's mother, so she's exercising victim's rights on behalf of her daughter.
Okay, then let me, since she is here for the victim, then let me make sure that I read the victim's rights advisement. If you are the victim of a crime with a case pending before this court, you are advised that you have rights under Arizona law that, among others, include the right to be treated with fairness, respect, and dignity, to a speedy trial, to be present at court proceedings, to choose whether or not to be interviewed by the defendant's attorney, to be heard before the court to make the decision on release, negotiation of a plea, scheduling, and sentencing, and to receive restitution from a victim who is convicted of causing you loss. If you have not already been provided with a written statement of all victims' rights, please contact the Victim Services Division of the Prosecutor's Office. Okay. Just making sure that, just reading it on the, just being on the safe side, that I'm not doing it like I'm not reading it when I shouldn't be reading, like when I should be reading it. Okay, so I believe we have had announcements made then, so let's just go with the fact of having the defendant's name.
Christopher James Williams,
Thank you, and your date of birth?
3/13/1980.
Thank you, and this is a warrant that stemmed from the grand jury.
And
You
Judge,
yes.
maybe we can kind of update the court just because it's the circumstances are a little bit unique, and while Ms. Dodd is appearing on behalf of Mr. Williams, I have been in contact with his regularly assigned attorney from her office. So I just figure it might be a little bit easier to kind of give you an idea of where everybody's head's at. So it might make things a little easier for you.
It sounds fine. Okay.
So I think you can probably see in ISIS, Judge, that there is another case that Mr. Williams has. That is the originally charged case. What you have before you right now is a refile of that case with additional charges. Now, due to some timing issues, we are here on warrant. However, Miss Whalen, who is, and I'm sure Miss Dodd can confirm from her office, we had some discussions this morning, and what we're hoping to do, because he still has that bond that is set in his 2024 CR matter. And obviously we're not here, and I know you can't dismiss or consolidate cases here, but with that bond still intact, what I'm agreeing to, and if it's acceptable to defense, which I believe it will be, we would ask you to impose. Okay. So what we're asking for is that you, now that the warrant's been satisfied, you impose pretrial services with an ankle monitor, and that the state is specifically asking that he be prohibited from contact with minors, with the exception of his minor son, because that was not included in the release conditions under his 2024 matter. Those kinds of, you know, that condition would include places where minors typically go, and things of that nature. So it's a little weird, it's a little complicated. However, because he is still under the bond that was set in the 2024 matter, that's kind of what we're doing. Does that make sense to you? And if not, please let me know what is not making sense so that I can clarify.
No, I understand. So basically, you guys have an unofficial agreement kind of worked out. Is that my understanding?
That is, essentially, we are asking to satisfy this warrant, and he's appeared pretrial services with the electronic monitoring.
Okay, let me work this out, okay. So I just need to make sure that I get what you guys are planning, are agreeing to, because, but if that case gets dismissed, then there's no bond on this one. So if you guys are going to plan on dismissing that one, then that needs to, you're going to want to change the release conditions on this one to include, to make the bond over here or not.
Your Honor, we have discussed that, modifying the release conditions in this case, but while that bond is still in
place, then it makes sense.
Yeah.
I can understand that. I just was like, why did Commissioner Hunt do this? Okay?
No, Judge,
I usually don't sit. I'm going to sit in
question.
here and make these changes.
Yeah, Judge, and we will, obviously, without you being able to kind of take care of that here at IA level, and I did make it clear that, you know, to his attorneys that I would be asking to modify the bond in this current case once that other case is dismissed.
Okay, let me. Okay. Can we maybe, like, you guys sit down for a second? Let me write these. Obviously I need to make some changes. But I'm definitely willing to work out what you guys have agreed upon. Let me just get it all written down in here, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
But I want to make sure that it's the way that you guys have all agreed upon. And if you want to take a seat, you're definitely willing to do so. I don't know if there's a, where's the, yeah. However, the detention officers also want you guys to be. Yeah, I thought that he could always take a seat back out there. Okay, but right now I have a cash-only appearance bond in the amount of $300,000, so it's definitely well worth it, Mr. Williams. Okay, so let's edit this. We will change this to go to, we will keep that. We will change this to pretrial services. Change this, so we're changing to electronic monitoring to have, before he's released, he's going to get electronic monitoring, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And we're having curfew restrictions to be...
Judge, I don't have any request regarding curfew, but just the no contact. Okay. No contact with minors.
No contact. Okay, let me just then go back to then, okay. I had no initiating contact with alleged victims, no physical contact with alleged victims, not initiating contact with any alleged complainant or witness, obviously no arresting officers, no contact with minors. The exception is that he has the exception is with what?
His minor son, Judge.
Minor son.
Yep.
Okay. And that is there's no problem with his minor son being an exception? Okay. All right, so then, there's no issue about the internet?
No, Judge, I'm not asking that.
Okay. All right, then just normal, no drugs, no driving, and then, of course, letting the court be aware of the address.
And to clarify, Judge, that's no driving without a valid license.
Oh, yeah, obviously
correct?
valid
Okay.
license, yeah. He can, as long as, yeah, he can drive he can drive as long as he has a license, absolutely. I would in fact encourage that,
Yeah.
so we can get back and forth to court. Okay, so, and then I'm just gonna put down, like, any comment, it's gonna be, because there's negotiated, still have bond and other related cases. Okay. Apparently I did some error that it won't let me do this. So let me see what I did wrong. Do you see what I did wrong? Because it's not letting me, because it said error.
And I'll tell you.
I don't know, it's like just this here, over here. Select one of the legal conditions, electronic monitoring. Just over here. Electronic monitoring, before. I did pretrial services, electronic monitoring, before release. Oh, to determine condition of release, I guess. Let's see if that will let me save it in. Yeah, that saves it, okay. All right. I think that I put in what the two parties have decided. I have just put down the fact that it's negotiated release conditions, still has bond and other related case, just so that I can explain why it is so much different than what the grand jury has
Understood.
has stated to put down. I did put down pretrial services supervision, that it's determined condition of your release, that you get electronic monitoring, that it's to be installed before he is released, that there is no curfew, that he is also to have no contact with minors, with the exception of his minor son, and of course, no contact with any sort of victim, and then just the normal, no drugs without a valid prescription, not driving without a valid license. And into providing the court with the proof of local address. All right? So was there anything in here that you guys had agreed upon that I have not stated?
I don't think so, Judge.
Okay, and then if we could ask Mr. Williams to come back to the podium, because this is his hearing. All right, so I do not believe that I gave him the fact that, I thought I had, but I may not have. I just want to make sure that you are aware that you have an arraignment set on July 31st at 8:30 a.m. And of course, stay in touch with your attorneys, and you are going to be on pretrial services, so make absolutely sure that you stay in contact with pretrial services, stay in contact with your attorney, and you are going to be on electronic monitoring.
Thank you.
Okay? Is there anything that I may have missed?
I don't think so. Thank
Yeah,
you, Judge.
absolutely. Well, just stay on the phone right now, or on Teams, please. Because I don't want something happening and then it's like, oh yeah, Mr. Hunt missed something in initial appearance court.
No problem, Judge.
Because all I have
Okay.
right now is the fact that he's on pretrial services and he just has no contact and he's on electronic monitoring.
Yes, this looks appropriate.
And that is what you have as well, correct? Ms. Gant, is that correct? Oh, I'm sorry, it's not Ms. Gant. It's like,
Ms. Hart.
Ms. Hart. Is that correct?
Yes, Judge. Again, if it's pretrial services, electronic monitoring, and no contact with minors except for his son, and the other standards that you applied, that is what the state is in agreement with at this point.
Okay, sounds good then. I wish all the parties well.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Okay, so they have the new paperwork?
Very briefly, I understand.
All right. Then I just have the house calls to put on the record. All right, so let me pull this back up so it'll be easier to read. And then I'll go do them. All right. Okay, we have house calls. Number 27. Oh, what's number 30? Why is number 30 is a, oh, yeah, just wondered why. Basically, the house calls are not here because they are combative or unable to function. Number 27, Paul Anthony Clark, date of birth August 2nd, 1990. He's being charged with 1 count of aggravated assault on a public transit employee as a Class 6 felony. I am appointing counsel to represent him. He has a status conference set on August the 7th at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing set on August 11th at 8:30 a.m. I'm going to be releasing him on pretrial services. There's only 2. So number 29 is Elijah Valdivia with a date of birth of September the 5th of 2004. He has been charged with 1 count of possessing a narcotic drug as a Class 4 felony and 1 count of possessing drug personality as a Class 6 felony. Those are 2 felonies that I did not find probable cause for, and 1 count of obstructing or refusing to give his true name as a Class 2 misdemeanor. On that, I did find probable cause, and because of that, I'm going to be holding him. But I'm appointing counsel to represent him. He has a status conference set on July 30th at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing set on August 1st, 8:30 a.m. I'm setting security appearance bond in this case in the amount of $250 because I'm holding him on the misdemeanor. Regarding his other case, he has a warrant for failing to show up for court on his prior felony, which is 1 count of possessing or using a narcotic drug as a Class 4 felony and 1 count of criminal trespassing as a misdemeanor. I am reappointing counsel just to be on the safe side, and he has a status conference set on July 30th at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing set on August 1st at 8:30 a.m. He has a security clearance bond in this case in the amount of $500. I will go and do those house calls at their cells. If there is any changes, I will come back and put them on the record, on the ITR, or on the, what is it, FTR? What is it called? FTR. It has been a while. But I will make those changes and come back if I need to make changes. Thank you very much. The calendar now, we are adjourned.
I don't know. I can't get it. I see some guy in a cop uniform, but I don't know who's who, what's what. Just looks like an office. Yeah. That's the thing, right? From 1949. Yeah, but you got spaces. You can have okay. Okay. Try.
All right.
Thank you. You can be seated. It's just going to be a second. We've got some computer issues going on today. Appreciate everybody's patience. What is this logged in as? All right, I don't really care. Do we have Teams going on this? I don't know who this is logged in as. It's probably Hunt, right? Is she able to run Teams? Well, we've been having a problem downloading it. It keeps saying, like, you need Classic or something. Hold on, maybe it's going to launch. Let's see. Oops. I just want to be able to get the camera on, even if it says the wrong name. Hold on. Apologies, we're just having some issues. We can go ahead and lower this. You want to sit? Why? We're gonna do, yeah, we need a little All right, so it'll have the name on it in the Teams, but obviously. Now, it just auto-logged her in, so we're gonna log out, and then you're gonna, let me switch places.
Okay. All right, so then
No, I'm gonna hop on this, there we go, okay.
All
All right, now, what we're gonna do right here is we're gonna go to this one, because she was in the middle over here, and we're gonna do.
jump into this
See all channel, yeah, try channel, I don't know why it doesn't think of. See all channel. No, we just missed that. Right here. Okay, join the meeting now. Sorry, this is. I'm gonna start because we're still live streaming, and then pull that over here. Bring the phone in. Pull that right here. We're gonna turn on the light. We can get down to this. Join now.
Okay.
And Katrina, can I open this? And once you switch that to bench view, okay. You have to go to release order for the first one. Okay, now just do the down arrow. The down arrow. Down arrow. Yeah. This is a preview. That's not how I make it. So then just basically I'm gonna leave it off. Right there. Just click anywhere. Okay. Now you're ready to call the case. And you're gonna say, all right, thanks for the information. Date of birth, you are here on this, but I like to say, okay, look like here, two matters. Let's start with number 16. Okay, summary, don't read. So you would know being easy to read the summary and then say, okay, do it.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for waiting. It is July 24th in the Maricopa County Superior Court. We are proceeding on the 11 a.m. initial appearance calendar. The court's orders for the taking of DNA and fingerprints that were given on the first calendar of July 2025 shall apply to all matters on this calendar. I will try to be as efficient as I can. I'll be calling each person individually, so when you hear your name, please make your way to the podium that's right in front of me. On your way out of the courtroom, you're going to receive some paperwork. The paperwork is very important. It's going to contain, if you are eligible for release, the terms of your release. I may go over some of those terms with you, but I likely won't go over all of them with you. So please read this paperwork. It also will indicate your next court date. All right. If I could have David Cruz Leyva into the courtroom first, and Mr. Jose Robledo, you will be next. So if you could sit in the chair directly to the left of the door, that would be great.
Mr. Cruz, come in.
All right.
Cruz didn't come in, he sat in the chair.
Mr. Cruz Leyva, yes, thank you. And so Mr. Robledo, you will be next in the chair. Okay. Sir, will you state your name and your birthday, please?
My name is David Cruz Leyva. My birthday is 11/24/88.
Okay. And sir, you are here on new allegations of dangerous possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I am finding probable cause as to both of those allegations, and I am appointing you an attorney. You, sir, are not eligible for bond, and the reason being is you have an open felony case, and I'm going to get to that next. But as to these new allegations, sir, you are not eligible for bond, and that is by law. So the next matter that you're here on is that Superior Court failure to appear bench warrant. The charges for that were also possession of dangerous drugs and possession of drug paraphernalia. Your next court dates on that older case are a status conference on July 30th, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. That's at the Maricopa County Superior Court downtown. You then have a preliminary hearing on August 1st, 2025. That is also at 8:30 a.m. at the Superior Court downtown. And I apologize so much, sir. I'm going to go back on your new case. That's the one that I'm holding you with no bond. You do have court dates in that matter. So the first in that matter, and this is going to be all written down for you, so I apologize. I know that I'm going out of order. The first one in that is going to be a status conference on July 30th, 8:30 a.m., downtown court. Then you're going to have an evidentiary hearing. That's going to be on July 31st at 1:30 p.m. This evidentiary hearing is set so that you can address the bond issue, okay? And then you're going to have a preliminary hearing on that first matter on August 1st at 8:30 a.m. Two separate set of dates, but they're both going to be written down for you, okay? All right. So in that older case, I am setting your bond in the amount of $500, and you are not to possess any weapons in that case, no drugs without a valid prescription, not drive a car without a valid license, and I think that is it on your matter. If you would take your paperwork, you can go back to the room to your left. All right, Mr. Robledo, please come to the podium. And Mr. Vance Wharton, if you could sit in that chair to the left of the door. All right, sir, will you?
And she just stood up, so I'd say.
Officer, I think that the state wants to be heard on this. Okay. Just give me one moment. Okay, sir, will you please state your name and your birth date?
Jose Perez, 2403.
All right, counsel, would you state your appearance, please?
Thank you, Your Honor. Brooke Gone of the state.
Okay. All right, sir, you are here on 2 matters. The first matter includes 6 allegations of burglary in the 3rd degree. All 6 of those are Class 4 felonies. I am appointing you an attorney. You have 2 hearings that are going to be set in that matter. The first is a status conference on July 30th, 2025 at 8:30 a.m. in the Maricopa County Courthouse downtown. The second hearing is a preliminary hearing on August 1st, also at 8:30 a.m., also in the Maricopa County Superior Courthouse downtown. State, would you like to be heard on release conditions?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you. The state's asking for a $50,000 secured appearance bond. Mr. Perez Robledo is an alleged repetitive burglar. He allegedly committed several business burglaries by throwing a rock through the window to enter the business and then stealing the cash registers. He is on probation for burglaries committed in the exact same fashion, and he is on probation for another case as well and is already in revocation proceedings. There is a strong weight of the evidence against him. We feel that given his the alleged repetitive nature of these crimes that bond is necessary. Additionally, in regards to his probation violation matter, we'd ask that the court find him non-bondable at this time pursuant to Rule 7.2C. Thank you.
Thank you, counsel. All right. Upon considering all of the circumstances in this matter, I am sending your bond and setting your bond amount for $10,000 in this case. Among your release conditions are not to return to the scene of any of the alleged crimes, not to have any victim contact, not to have any contact with any co-defendants. Now, I'm going to move on to your second matter. Your second matter is a Superior Court failure to appear. I'm sorry. So the second matter is a failure to appear in your probation case. And this failure to appear was from 2024. Now, in this matter, I am holding you without bail. Okay. So, in this matter, you will have a probation revocation arraignment hearing on July 31st at 8:30 a.m. and a disposition hearing, potential disposition hearing on that matter, also set for July 31st at 8:30 a.m. That concludes your hearing. You can take your paperwork and go back to your seat. I'm so sorry, Mr. Vance Wharton. Could you make your way, please, to the podium? And then Christian Clark, you're going to be the next one in the chair, please. So would you state your name and your birth date?
Yeah, Vance Dale Wharton, April 4th, 1968.
Okay, and so you are here on new allegations of burglary in the 3rd degree, which is a Class 4 felony, as well as theft, Class 1 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause on both of those allegations, and I am appointing you an attorney. You have a status conference in this matter on July 30th at 8:30 a.m. That's at the Superior Court downtown. You have a preliminary hearing on August 1st at 8:30 a.m. also at the Superior Court downtown. In this matter, I am setting a $2,500 bond, okay? And there will be other release conditions that will be on the paperwork. You're also here on a second matter. That is a Superior Court probation violation warrant. In that matter, you are not bailable as a matter of right, and I am holding you without bail. Your next court dates in that matter are July 31st at 8:30 a.m., so just about a week from now. That's going to be set for a probation revocation arraignment hearing and a possible disposition, right? So that concludes your matter. You can take your paperwork and go back to your seat. All right, could I have Christian Clark, please? And then Darius Edwards, if you could take his place in the chair. Sir, will you please state your name and your date of birth for me?
Yes, good afternoon or morning. My name is Christian Clark. Date of birth is 9/9 of 1985.
Thank you. Mr. Clark, you are here on new allegations, two of them. The first is aggravated harassment in violation of an order of protection. That's a Class 6 felony, as well as violating an order, a court order, Class 1 misdemeanor.
Okay.
I did find probable cause on both of those allegations. I am appointing you an attorney.
You're not. You didn't have a lawyer.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm so sorry. You had stated, I read in your paperwork that you had stated that you have an attorney.
I do, James Palestini.
Okay.
Excuse me, I have allergies, but he has represented me in the past, and he's in the loop in this case.
Okay, so you're going to want to give him a copy of this paperwork and these court dates, okay? So the court dates are going to be, you have a status conference on July 30th at 8:30 a.m. That's at the downtown Superior Court courthouse, and then you have a preliminary hearing on August 1st, also at 8:30 a.m., also at the downtown courthouse. On this matter, I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $5,000. If you do post that bond before you are released, I am ordering that you basically have an electronic monitoring unit, okay?
Could you say that again? I'm sorry.
Yes, of course. An electronic monitoring unit. So if you do post bond, they will fit you for one of these units, and that will be fitted and installed before you are released, okay? So I am ordering that you shall not be released from jail, even after you post, if you post bond, until that is installed.
Okay.
You are not to return to the scene of the alleged crime. You are not to have any contact with the alleged victim. No weapons, no drugs without a valid prescription. And also very important, and this is going to be written in the order, you're not to go to the alleged victim's workplace, school, or residence.
No, absolutely, yeah.
So that concludes your matter. You can take your paperwork and go to your seat.
Okay, great, thank you. Question about the installation, what is the timeline on that normally?
You get it here. We hope you get it here before you get released. There's no guarantee.
Okay. All right, sorry.
Okay, thank you. All right, Mr. Edwards, if you could come into the courtroom, and Eric Galto, if you could take the first seat to the left of the doorway. Okay, Mr. Edwards. Darius Edwards? Sir, please state your name and your date of birth.
Darius Sherman Edwards Jr., 10/23/1996.
And state, if you would announce.
Thank you, Your Honor. Brooke Gahn on behalf of the state.
Thank you. Sir, you were here on 2 new allegations. The first is 1 count of armed robbery with a deadly weapon, a Class 2 felony. The second is aggravated assault. I did find probable cause as to both of those allegations, and I did appoint you an attorney. State, would you like to be heard on release conditions?
Thank you, Your Honor. The state's asking for a $75,000 cash-only bond. Mr. Edwards has a violent criminal history with a prior conviction for aggravated assault, which arose from an attempted armed robbery where the victim was shot. He has a juvenile adjudication for armed robbery. In this particular case, he allegedly acted with an accomplice. We are concerned that he is an extremely dangerous person, given his propensity for the use of weapons. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. All right. First, I'm going to give you your next court date. We have a status conference scheduled for July 30th at 8:30 a.m. in the Superior Court downtown. You have a preliminary hearing on August 1st at 8:30 a.m. also in the Superior Court downtown. I have considered all of the circumstances and information that I have available to me, and I actually find the state's recommendation to be insufficient given your lengthy history, your lengthy criminal history. I am setting your bond amount in the amount of $100,000. That's a secured appearance bond. There are other release conditions that would apply, which includes not having any contact with the alleged victim or victims. Third, there will be other release conditions, so please review your paperwork, which is available, and your matter is concluded. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mr. Galto, if you could enter the courtroom. And then Trent Kennedy, if you could take the seat to the left of the door. All right, Mr. Galto, will you state your name and your date?
Eric Ewing Galto, 12/2/1982.
Okay. You are here on 3 matters, Mr. Galto. The first matter is a new allegation of 1 count of criminal damage, a Class 4 felony. I have found probable cause as to that allegation. I've appointed you an attorney. You do have a future court date set in that matter. First date is a status conference scheduled for July 30th at 8:30 a.m. in the Superior Court downtown. You also have a preliminary hearing scheduled for August 1st, also at 8:30 a.m. at the Superior Court downtown. On this matter, I am setting a secured bond for $5,000. Other terms of release will apply, including having no victim contact. Your second matter is a Superior Court probation violation warrant. You have a probation revocation arraignment hearing and possible disposition hearing scheduled for July 31st at 8:30 a.m. That is the Superior Court downtown. In this matter, sir, you have a secured appearance bond in the amount of $5,000. In your third matter, see that you are here again on a Superior Court probation violation warrant. You have a probation, revocation, arraignment, and possible disposition in the third matter on July 31st at 8:30 a.m. at the Superior Court downtown. On this third matter, I am setting another secured appearance bond in the amount of $5,000. So on the total of these three matters, sir, your secured appearance bond total is $15,000. That concludes your matter. The officer will have your paperwork. Thank you. If I could have Trent Kennedy in the courtroom and Frankie Cobos-Antion. Officer, I believe the state is going to be heard on this. Thank you. All right. So please state your name and your date of birth.
Trent Kennedy, September 20th, 2004.
Okay. And state the two.
Thank you, Honor. Brooke Gone on behalf of the state.
All right, you are here on new allegations. You have 3 allegations of burglary in the second degree. All are class 3 felonies. I have found you indigent. I have appointed an attorney for you, and I have found probable cause as to all 3 of the allegations. You have a status conference in your hearing on July 30th at 8:30 a.m. That's at the Superior Courthouse downtown. And a preliminary hearing on August 1st at 8:30 a.m. also at the Superior Court downtown. State, would you like to be heard on release conditions?
Thank you, Your Honor. The state's asking for a $25,000 secured appearance bond. Our understanding is that Mr. Kennedy has 1 prior misdemeanor conviction. He is believed to be from out of state with limited ties to Arizona. We believe he is only here in Arizona to attend school. There are multiple offense dates. He allegedly, along with an accomplice, stole high-end appliances from vacant homes with a loss in excess of $100,000. He is believed to have committed several other burglaries in Paradise Valley. There was significant harm, economic harm to the community, and we are concerned, given his limited ties to the valley, that he is a flight risk. Thank you.
Thank you. I have considered everything. I am going to set a secured appearance bond in the amount of $25,000. I am going to impose other release conditions, most importantly, no contact with the victims, no contact with any co-defendants. You may take your paperwork from the officer and go back and take a seat. Thank you. All right. Ma'am, would you state your name and your birth date?
Frankie Cobos-Antion, 11/7/75.
Okay. And counsel?
Christian Lueders on behalf of Ms. Cobos-Antion.
And state.
Thank you, Honor. Brooke Gone on behalf of the state.
Ms. Cobos-Antion, I'm so sorry. You are here on a new allegation of 1 count of aggravated assault, class 3 felony. Counsel, do you want to be heard on probable cause?
No objection to PC finding, Your Honor.
Okay. I am finding probable cause as to that allegation. State, would you like to be heard on release conditions?
Thank you, Your Honor. The state's asking for a $25,000 secured appearance bond. She allegedly struck the victim over the head with a glass bottle. The victim suffered a laceration and a concussion, and now it appears she has some ongoing complications from her injuries. We are concerned this incident happened in public. We are concerned that there is a risk to the community in general and specifically to this victim as well. Thank you.
Counsel?
A little bit about Ms. Cobos-Antion. She's 49 years old. She's lived in Arizona her entire life. She's a native. She's spent most of that, if not all of that, in the East Valley. She has 3 kids, 2 who are adults, an 11-year-old at home. She has 4 grandkids. She's been married for 10 years. She's had the same job as an office manager at a local AC and heating company for 18 years. She goes to church every week. She volunteers. Her entire immediate family and most of her extended family live here. That's 50 plus people in the valley. She has zero criminal history, as Your Honor can see. She's never been in trouble before, never been arrested. The reason I'm bringing up all this is I believe, and all due respect to the state, it's a Class 3 felony and very dangerous situation here. But any type of monetary bond will be a hardship for this family. They're of modest means. I was referred to this client. I'm essentially helping them out with this case, not charging them a lot of money. They do not have a lot of money, and so any type of bond is going to bind them up, and she's going to spend some time in jail. She has type 2 diabetes that she suffered from for a very long time. She requires IV medication for that once a day. She also has general anxiety disorder, panic attacks for which she takes medication that she will not get in jail, in custody. Ms. Cobos-Santillon is not the person described in this report. She's an acquaintance of the victim in this case. They have seen each other at that same bar in the past. But she does not know where she lives. This was a situation, and without going into too much, this was a shocking situation to Ms. Cobos-Santillon, who walked in and saw what appeared to be a situation where her husband was talking to another woman, and again, using parlance, she lost her mind temporarily. But she's never demonstrated anything like this before. And so I'm asking this court to impose a less restrictive means than a monetary bond. I'm asking that the judge impose PTS. I can tell you that the second she found out that the police were after her in this case, she called me, okay? And we submitted a letter of representation to the Mesa PD, offered to do a self-surrender that day. That didn't work out. Obviously, the police have to make their arrests when they need to, and of course this is a Class 3 assault, so they're going to do that, and that's fine. But she has been at every step in the way trying to cooperate, trying to make herself available for Mesa PD and to this court. So I'm asking this court to impose OR release with pretrial services. I guess that wouldn't be OR release, but no bond with pretrial services. She is not a flight risk, not a danger to the community in any way. I understand the state's argument that she poses some type of threat to the victim in this case, and rightfully so, but there's no reason why she would ever be near the scene of the offense or near the victim ever again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you for that. In considering all the information that I have, in weighing the serious nature of the allegations and potential threats to anyone in the community, against your lack of a criminal history, and all of the indicia that indicates to me that you will not be a flight risk, I will set a secured appearance bond in your matter in the amount of $2,500. If you post that bond, you will be released on an electronic monitoring unit. Bear with me for 1 minute.
Once you sign it again.
So along with that secured appearance bond and the monitoring unit, I am going to impose some very important release conditions. The most important is not to have any contact with the alleged victim. Okay. Let me double check myself. Your next hearings, I don't think I gave those to you. Your next hearings are a status conference scheduled for July 30th at 8:30 a.m. That's at the Superior Courthouse downtown, and a preliminary hearing on August 1st, also at 8:30 a.m. at the Superior Courthouse downtown. You can pick up a copy of your paperwork.
Sometimes the officers don't realize that you printed it, and so they have to give them the correct copy.
In just a minute.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Yeah, can I be excused, Your Honor? Yes, thank you. All right, so could I have Nicole McConnell in the courtroom and Jesse Martinez in the chair to the left of the door? Please state your name and your date of birth.
My what?
I'm sorry, your name and your date of birth.
Oh, yeah. I'm Nicole McConnell, July 21st, 1982.
Ms. McConnell, you are here on two matters today. The first is one new allegation of possession of dangerous drugs, which is a Class 4 felony. They did find probable cause for this new allegation, and I appointed you an attorney. You have a status conference set in this matter on July 30th at 8:30 a.m. in the Maricopa County Superior Court downtown. You have a preliminary hearing scheduled for August 1st at 8:30 a.m. also at the courthouse downtown. In this matter, I am imposing a $1,000 secured appearance bond. We're also here on an out-of-county warrant from Pinal County for a probation violation case. You have an arraignment hearing scheduled for July 29th at 8:30 a.m. And that is in the Pinal County Superior Court. In this matter, I am imposing a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500. Your paperwork is available with the officer, and you can step to your left. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, yes, that's it. Thank you. Sure, you can stay right there. Just stay right there, and I'll call you in 1 minute. All right, Jesse Martinez, you can come into the courtroom, please. And Robert Padilla, if you could take that chair.
Take your hat off, please.
Oh, shit.
Thank you, officer. All right, so will you state your name and your date of birth?
Jesse Martinez, 1983, 9/21/1983.
Mr. Martinez, you are here on two matters today. The first is a new allegation of possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony. I did find probable cause as to that allegation, and I appointed you an attorney. You have a status conference scheduled for July 30th at 8:30 a.m. That's at the Superior Courthouse downtown. You also have a preliminary hearing scheduled for August 1st at 8:30 a.m., also in the Superior Courthouse downtown. Right. I am imposing a secured appearance bond. It's in the amount of $500. We call that a placeholder bond. Did I say 500? I'm so sorry. I said 500. It's $50, okay? The $50 bond, we call that a placeholder bond. And that is because of your second matter, which I'm going to get to in just 1 second, okay? So that second matter is a Superior Court probation violation warrant. And in that matter, you have a probation revocation arraignment hearing and a potential disposition hearing scheduled for July 31st at 8:30 a.m. at the Superior Court downtown. In that amount, I'm setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $750. Okay. So the total bond amount for your two cases, of course, would be $800. The officer has your paperwork. Please go over all of the release conditions because those are important. Thank you. Robert Padilla, if you could come to the courtroom, and Gaspar Fuentes, if you could take a seat in the chair. All right. Sir, please state your name and your date of birth.
Robert Joe Padilla Jr., 6276.
You're here on two matters. Both are Superior Court probation violation warrants. Would you just do them together? I always do, but I don't train it that way unless they can handle whatever you're ready. Both probation, both get away. Especially when it's the same bond. Just double check it's the same bond. I think it's not. This is the one that we have double checked. Yeah, you're right, because one of these may be a failure to appear. One of them, because they both probation. One is critical. No, it looks like you're just affirming two probation. Yeah, this is the same one, right? $100 per case. Right? Yeah. I smash them together. Okay. All right, sir. Thank you for that. So again, both of these matters are Superior Court probation violation warrants. I did appoint you an attorney on both matters. Both are set for probation revocation arraignment and potential disposition hearing on July 31st at 8:30 a.m. That's in the Superior Courthouse downtown. I am setting a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100 in each of the case. That would bring your total bond amount to $200. Please review the paperwork for additional terms of release, which you can pick up from the officer, and you can go ahead and take a seat. Thank you. Gaspar Fuentes, if you could come to the courtroom, and Marcus Huey, if you could take a seat by the door.
Good morning.
Good morning. All right, sir, would you state your name and your date of birth?
Yeah, my name is Gaspar Fuentes, 7/19/1974. Can I address the court before you make a decision?
I will let you address the court. Just let me get through what I need to say first. All right, sir, you are here for a Superior Court failure to appear bench warrant. That was a warrant arising out of a failure to appear at a sentencing hearing for you were going to be sentenced on 6 counts, 2 counts of possession of dangerous drugs, both.
I will say, I'm sorry.
I'm going to correct myself, okay? So the original charges in that case were 2 counts of possession of dangerous drugs, class 4 felonies, 2 counts of possession of narcotic drugs, class 4 felonies, 1 count of unlawful flight, which is a class 5 felony, 1 count of criminal trespass as a class 6 felony, all right? You have a status conference in this matter on July 30th at 8:30 a.m., and that's going to be in the Superior Courthouse downtown. I am inclined to set a secured appearance bond in the amount of $100. That was the bond amount requested by your trial judge. She would have had a lot of information and certainly had a purpose in setting that $100. So again, I am inclined to keep that request from her, along with other release conditions that will be in your paperwork. Now, would you like to say something?
Just for the record, I was hospitalized when I had court, and I did show up on TV like via Zoom, but it was just so abrupt. I had documentation from the 26th to the 4th, proving where I was at, right. And all that was ready.
I understand. And so I'm going to keep that bond amount, okay? Mm-hmm. And you can, let your attorney know about those extenuating circumstances.
Yeah, I'll got a fax to my attorney so that the judge could file or set a new date. Yes. Okay.
Yes, I understand. Thank you. Your paperwork is ready. Thank you, sir. All right, Marcus Huey in the courtroom, please. And if I could have Miguel Ruiz Torres in the chair near the door. All right, will you please state your name and your date of birth?
Marcus Huey, so 1383.
So you're here on new allegations. They include possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and 1 count of burglary in the 3rd degree, which is also a Class 4 felony. I did find probable cause as to both of these allegations, and I appointed you an attorney. You have a status conference which is going to be scheduled for August 7th at 8:30 a.m. That's going to be at the Maricopa County Superior Court House downtown. You also have a preliminary hearing scheduled for August 1st at 8:30 a.m. I'm so sorry, August 11th at 8:30 a.m. also at the Superior Courthouse downtown. Both of those dates will be in your paperwork. I'm going to impose the following release conditions. I am going to release you to pretrial services, but I'm going to release you on an electronic monitoring unit. The installation of this unit shall be completed prior to your release. And you may not leave your home except during certain hours. That is going to be approved by a pretrial officer. You're going to have additional terms of release, including not returning to the scene of the alleged crime and not having any contact with any alleged witnesses. Thank you. You can take your paperwork and take a seat. Miguel Ruiz Torres, please in the courtroom, and if I could have Ryan Smock in the chair by the door. Okay. Could I have your name and date of birth, please?
Miguel Ruiz Torres, 5/14/1998.
You're here on 2 new allegations. One is an allegation of possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony. The other is an allegation of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause as to both, and I appointed you an attorney. You have a status conference scheduled for August 7th at 8:30 a.m. at the Superior Courthouse downtown. You have a preliminary hearing scheduled for August 11th, also at 8:30 a.m. at the Superior Courthouse downtown. I am releasing you, but to the supervision of pretrial services. You will, before you are released, did I get it right now?
Yes.
Okay. So you're going to receive an envelope of materials about pretrial services. make sure that you review all of that and the other release conditions that the court is imposing.
Okay, so that means I'm getting released today?
Excuse me?
Okay, I'm getting released today?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Could I have Ryan Smock, please, and Antonia Vasquez, if you could take a seat in the chair. Just give me one moment. All right, could I have your name and your date of birth, please?
This is Ryan Smart, by 2087.
Sir, you're here on a Superior Court failure to appear bench warrant. The original charges in that case were possession of narcotic drugs, a Class 4 felony, and possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. Your next hearings in this matter are going to be a status conference on August 7th at 8:30 a.m. at the Superior Courthouse downtown, and a preliminary hearing on August 11th, also at 8:30 a.m. at the Superior Courthouse downtown. All right, I'm going to release you. I'm going to release you and not require a secured appearance bond. I am going to release you to pretrial supervision. Okay. I'm doing that because it doesn't appear that you have any history of prior felonies. This was a first failure to appear, and I do want to tell you that if you fail to appear again, it's very unlikely that you're going to that you would be released without another bond. Okay. All right, there's going to be, so pretrial services, you'll get the packet of information from the officer. There are some other release conditions that are going to be listed in your paperwork. Thank you.
Thank you.
Could I have Antonia Vasquez, please? And could I have Corian Carroll in the chair? All right, will you please state your name and date of birth?
Antonia Vasquez, 12/15/80.
You're here on a new allegation of one count of shoplifting, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for that allegation, and I appointed you an attorney. Your next hearing in this matter will be a status conference on August 7th at 8:30 a.m. at the Superior Courthouse downtown, and then a preliminary hearing on August 11th at 8:30 a.m. at the Superior Court downtown. Those dates will be listed in your paperwork.
Okay.
I'm releasing you today on your own recognizance. There are additional release conditions that the court has imposed, including, and most importantly, not returning to the scene of the alleged crime, not having any contact with the alleged victim, any witnesses, or any co-defendant. Okay. You can pick up your paperwork and return back to the seat. May I have Corin Carroll in the courtroom and Alexandra Washington in the chair. All right. Would you please state your name and your date of birth?
Corin Carroll, 1/9/2000.
Thank you. You're here on allegations. Those allegations are one count of possession of dangerous drugs, a Class 4 felony, and one count of possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony. I did find probable cause for those allegations, and I appointed you an attorney. Your next court date is August 7th at 8:30 a.m., the Superior Court downtown, and a preliminary hearing on August 11th at 8:30 a.m. at the Superior Court downtown. Just let me finish and then I'll give you a chance. I am releasing you on your own recognizance, okay? There will be some additional conditions, so read your paperwork. You can collect that paperwork and go ahead and take a seat.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right, may I have Alexandra Washington and may I have EJ McDonald to the chair, please? All right, will you please state your name and your date of birth?
Alexander G. Washington, March 13th, 1985.
Okay. You are here on a new allegation of a misdemeanor. It's out of our justice course. It's 1 count of driving on a suspended license, a class 1 misdemeanor. Due to the nature of this allegation, you're not entitled to an attorney, so I did not appoint one. And you have your next court date it's going to be an arraignment hearing on August 12th at 9:30 a.m. That's going to be at the White Tank Justice Court. That's going to be listed on your paperwork. I'm releasing you on your own recognizance with a few other release conditions, so please review your paperwork and you can return to the room. Yes.
Excuse me, ma'am. Will it be possible, because I'm transferring from California to live out here. I already got my place, and I'm working at this company called Alpha on Camelback and Bethany Homes. And since I had a no call, no show today, I'm on my probation period. I was wondering if I could get a Zoom call so I don't lose out on the job.
Thank you, sir, and thank you for that information. So you're going to be given the paperwork for your release, okay? And those decisions are actually made by the justice courts themselves, okay? And they may very well approve that. You just need to call them. So it's the White Tank Justice Court, and you're going to see their phone number in your paperwork. So, when you get that, start giving them a call. Make sure that you make that request of them.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, EJ McDonald in the courtroom, please. And Eloise, if you could have a seat in the chair. All right, please state your name and date of birth.
EJ McDonald, 6/21/2000.
You're here on 4 new allegations. They are 1 count of possession of dangerous drugs, a class 4 felony, 1 count of aggressive driving, a class 1 misdemeanor, 1 count of reckless driving, a class 2 misdemeanor, 1 count of excessive speed, a class 3 misdemeanor. I did find probable cause on all 4 allegations, and I appointed you an attorney. Your next hearing is going to be a status conference on August 7th at 8:30 a.m. That's at the Superior Courthouse downtown. And then you have a preliminary hearing in this matter scheduled for August 11th at 8:30 a.m. also at the Superior Courthouse downtown. I am releasing you today on your own recognizance. There are additional terms of release, so please make sure that you read your paperwork and understand them, okay?
I do, but that class family was narcotics. I didn't know nothing about that.
Okay, so you're gonna want to talk to your attorney about that, okay? Okay, thank you so much.
No problem.
All right, Eloise, if I could have you in the courtroom and right, will you please state your name and your date of birth?
Good afternoon, Eloise Koyapoptua, June 3rd, 1965.
Okay. You are here on a Justice Court warrant out of the North Mesa Justice Court. The original charge in that case was driving on a suspended license, a Class 1 misdemeanor. You have an arraignment hearing in this matter scheduled for August 7th at 1 p.m., and that it will be at the North Mesa Justice Court. I am releasing you on your own recognizance. There are other release conditions, so please make sure that you read your paperwork. You may take your paperwork in your...
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, officer, let's move on with the in-house matters. Give me 1 second. Okay, officer, is Carlos Hawk, Charles Davis, Onela Bird, and Amy Pabro, are all of those individuals not physically present in the courtroom because they present either a risk to themselves or to others?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So the court is noting that it will conduct these 4 cases in-house. The court notes that Carlos Hawk, date of birth September 27th, 1993, is here on 5 matters. One is an allegation of new charges, allegations of possession of narcotic drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia. The second is a Superior Court failure to appear bench warrant, original charges of possession of dangerous drugs and possession of drug paraphernalia. The third matter is a Superior Court failure to appear bench warrant, with the original charge in the case being theft, a Class 6 felony. Okay. I'm going to correct myself on that third matter. That was actually a failure to appear at a probation violation hearing. The fourth matter is a failure to appear on a probation violation hearing. And the fifth matter is also a failure to appear on a probation violation hearing. As to Charles Davis, he has a date of birth July 26th, 1988. The court notes that in one matter he is here on allegations, new allegations, one being possession of drug paraphernalia, a Class 6 felony, and one being criminal trespass, a Class 2 misdemeanor.
Oh, go back and say what you're inclined to do. Yeah. I didn't try to do that. But just say, oh, right now I'm inclined to do this. There's no bond, that's not an inclination. Okay.
For Mr. Davis, the court is inclined to impose a secured appearance bond in the amount of $500 as to the new allegations. I will give him new court dates. Status conference on July 30th at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing on August 1st at 8:30 a.m. As to the second matter, Mr. Davis is here on a Superior Court probation violation warrant. That was on initially a Class 6 felony. He will be scheduled for a disposition hearing on July 31st, 8:30 a.m. And in that matter, I'm inclined to set a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,000. On Anela Bird, date of birth August 2nd, 1978, the court notes that she's here on a new allegation of criminal damage, a Class 6 felony. I am inclined to issue a secured appearance bond in the amount of $2,500, set a status conference for July 30th at 8:30 a.m. and a preliminary hearing on August 1st at 8:30 a.m. Finally, as to Amy Pabro, date of birth March 31st, 1992, the court notes that she is here on a new allegation of shoplifting, a Class 6 felony. The court is inclined to release her on pretrial supervision and set a status conference on August 7th and a preliminary hearing at August 11th. If anything changes, my final order shall reflect my final decisions in these matters, and we will be at recess.
There's supposed to be a big red dot. I don't know why it reverted to not the big red dot. Whatever, and then what you're going to do, you can log, it doesn't even matter, you don't even have to log out. What I would do is to switch user, just control delete, and right here you pick switch user. Okay. And that way, nobody will be logged in as on to you. Okay. Okay, great. Now, I'll find it weird because, look, I didn't write anything down. You started doing this. You started saying with the character, I'm going to set $5 on it, but then you started doing it.
I feel like I forgot.
It doesn't matter. No. So, Algebra is funny because you're going to be like, I don't remember and I don't have the screen. So you just look at the paper. You can do it off the paper.